Welcome to the fucking show.
That sandwich was the only good thing going on in my life.
So you made Daddy a sandwich.
And here we go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where's My Sandwich podcast. I'm your host, Phil, alongside everybody's favorite stepdaddy.
Jonah, what's up?
And I got everybody's favorite mama,
Susi Qs.
And if you are watching us or listening to us for the first time, we ask that you please hit that follow button, that like button, and that bell button so that way you get notified every time we drop a new episode. Give us 5 stars, leave comments on there so we can comment back and we can just, create a friendship.
Yeah, tell us how much you love us.
Yeah.
We need that confirmation.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think when people tell you oh, you're doing a good job, it's kind of like it gives you a little bit of motivation.
Yeah.
I
remember going to a gym one time and I was working out and then
some hot chick came up to you and was like, hey,
no, the opposite.
Those
baby,
muscles,
you are
it was a big
ripped.
Like every time you pick up that weight, like the muscles are just like amazing.
No, it was more of a big black dude. He just came up and said,
yo,
hey bro.
He's like, hey, bro. He's like, what's up, man? And I was like, hey, how you doing? Didn't know who this was. And he was just like, hey, man, I listen to y'all podcast. And I was like,
oh, I thought you were talking about your
no.
Really?
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, for real? He's like, yeah, man, y'all funny as fuck. And I was like, oh, appreciate it.
Thank you, big black dude.
Shout out.
Shout out. You know who you are. You know who you are.
So that kind of I guess when you get like random people, it's like, oh shit, like people do listen to it.
Yeah.
So it gives you confidence and it just kind of makes you because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I when we do it and we put it out and I feel like, do anybody listen to us?
Yeah.
Like, are we just wasting our time?
Yeah.
But then people give you confirmation, they do listen to
So
you.
I love Theo Vaughn, and one of my favorite podcasts is Bad Friends. Just plugging them in, right? Because they need more marketing for free. And Andrew Santino was just like, it took them literally 3-4 years to get where they're at. Because they were for the first 2 years, they maybe had 10 listeners.
Yeah, I think it's just because podcasting is so big now. It's such it's a big market, and everybody wants to do a podcast. Everybody wants got something to say, and I think you just get kind of lost in you get lost in the sauce.
Yeah. It's because radio won't take us, man.
Yeah,
we're
well, it's because it's more authentic than radio now. And I remember
it's too raw.
Because my wife, she used to be on the radio for a local station here, and then she had her followers, but they're very limited to when they talk and then the music and then talking music.
Yeah.
And then she switched over with them to a satellite radio. That was the next big thing was satellite radio. No, internet radio. I'm sorry, internet radio, because that became more authentic. Like you can use foul language, you can say whatever you want to say, and you won't be canceled.
Monetized.
Yeah, exactly. So internet radio became a big thing, and then after that, I think people just started realizing, I could do this myself, because Spotify and Apple Podcasts, they all opened up the market. And I remember when I very first started doing a podcast, I did it with my cousin. And he was always talking about one thing about back then my cousin was he always kind of knew what was the next trend gonna be. That was the weird thing. He would be would be on stuff before he was even big.
Yeah.
I remember one time he was real big in music, and I remember he used to say the new the EDM and stuff like that's gonna make a comeback. And he was pushing it hard, and I was just but now you look at it. That's when Drake and them were dropping all this house music stuff.
Yeah.
And this was 2 or 3 years him saying that when all this stuff was happening. And when we started doing this podcast back in the day, we were just on the internet.
Right.
We were just on Facebook Live, basically.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And so basically I didn't really understand the concept. I thought it was more like internet radio, but he's like, nah, man, I'm telling you, podcast is going to be the next big thing. And this was back in 2018.
Mhm.
2018. So he was like, podcasts are gonna be the next big thing, man. You just need to stay on it. And I was just like, oh, but now look, he was right. Like in 2000, we're in 2023, and everybody wants to do a
24.
podcast.
24.
We're in 2024.
24.
Yeah, and everybody wants to do a podcast now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it's you go to Target, you go to Walmart, they got like in the electronic sections, they got
Right.
little things where you can be a, have your own little podcast studio. So,
Like us. Look.
Yeah.
Look at these little things that we got.
So
Look at us.
Target.
So I've been doing this stuff right here for like
A hot minute.
a hot minute. So building it up and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just need somebody to help me out.
Right.
And just say, hey, yeah, let's have this idea. Because I've had a lot of people that, would come to me with ideas and like, hey, I want to start this. Hey, I want to do this. And I've always been down to help other people.
Wait, are you like Shark Tank? You're like, no.
I mean, I want to say no. Like I've always been like I could be creative, but there's so much like you start losing it when you're the creator, then you're the builder, and then the one that has to come up with all the stuff, and you have to do all
Hey,
this.
this is
and
my
all that.
idea. You do everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like after a while, that becomes like very like draining.
Yeah.
So for us, like it works good because everybody comes with ideas, and they're just like, hey, let's get this done, and boom, it happens.
I know. I love it. Our chemistry is just
Yeah.
like,
Look at us.
Yeah,
Look at us, huh?
everybody's just
Look at
like,
it.
look at them, just giving them their own Virgo. Here, patting our own backs.
Yeah, right.
Because nobody listens.
Nobody listens.
So we just pat our own
No, I
backs.
mean, social media works, man. Social media is really helping us getting out there. So.
Especially when Jonah's talking about not rescuing his wife.
Yeah.
It's just
I've
like,
got a lot of comments
yeah.
about
Really?
that. Yeah.
What did they say?
They're like, bro, it's like, they come up to my wife and they were like,
What?
That's why
"She
you're trying
won't
to hit
save
on
you?"
her.
He won't save you. Like girls from work that
Yeah.
they were like, yeah, they listen. And I'm I was like, please don't.
And whenever she's kind of mad at you and people like try to ramp her up, remember he
Yeah.
did say he wouldn't save you from a shark attack.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, I mean,
my husband will.
I mean, it's good. Like, especially when you got like spouses that are like kind of cool. I'm just lucky enough my spouse don't listen to this.
Oh yeah.
No,
My spouse is cool though. She knows I'm just playing. I love you, baby.
I'm kidding, ladies. You know I just
That's
love
so
you.
romantic.
I
She's
love
giving her
all
a shout
y'all
out.
out there
Yeah.
too. Nah.
I mean, we're not as romantic. We're not as romantic
Yeah.
as AJ.
You know what? He's in the poo poo list right now.
What? He's in the
Ooh.
doghouse, bro. AJ's in the doghouse.
He's in the poo-poo.
How in the world did this happen?
So I was okay. So I'm not a gym rat or anything like
You're
that.
in a gym rat?
No, I'm not a gym rat. Like I'm not a.
Yeah.
But at work, we are lucky enough to have free
Access to a gym?
a free gym at work.
Yeah.
So during lunch, I go work out. That's where I
Uh-huh.
get my workout at.
Okay. So what do you
And-
do? Do you like just cardio, like walking?
They literally have everything like at 24 Hour Fitness.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah. Weights in? Damn, so
Yeah.
you just be bench pressing and
Yeah.
shit.
No, no,
I
yeah.
like to look at
Oh,
people.
okay.
I like to look at people and work out. I'm like, yeah, someday I'll look like that.
You know what?
Sunday,
We used to
yeah.
work out together, remember?
Yeah,
A while
that
back.
was a
long
long
time
time
ago.
Wait, was there progress whenever I used to work
Yeah,
out?
Yeah.
there was. I mean, he would be
Little
like,
bit.
bro, there's a little bit. progress.
So I know the camera adds like 35 pounds to my face, but I'm gonna give myself a shout out from last April. I've
Yeah,
lost
yeah.
66 pounds.
Hey, clap.
shout out.
Where's that? Where's that? Where's
Yeah.
that clap?
Yeah, where's that clap? Hold on, let me
Yeah.
get that clap. Get that clap. Right.
Thank
Hey,
you.
there you go, Susie.
Thank you.
Hey.
So I try to just maintain what I eat and try to work out 3 or 4 times a week for like 40 minutes.
Okay.
Nothing too heavy.
Nothing
Right.
too heavy.
So today,
I like to bench press 250.
You did.
Nothing big. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's what she's saying.
Oh,
That's just like, I'm just there. I live about 250.
Yeah.
Nothing heavy.
So today, some issues were happening at work. You know how sometimes you just want to vent to your man
Yeah.
or to your woman, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. if y'all-
No,
we don't.
we don't vent.
We,
We just
keep
keep
all that shit
just
bottled
right
up
here.
inside. Yeah.
Right here. Shit go to the grave.
Like whenever I'm getting like something's going on at work, I'm like my phone. I'm like fucking wait. Even though
oh,
AJ,
I got so much tea. The fucking it's brewing.
knows nothing about what happens at
Yeah.
work, like how the system works or
Yeah.
anything. So I'm at I'm doing the Stairmaster, right?
Okay.
And I'm on FaceTime with him because
Okay.
like where I'm at, so like my building's kind of weird. So like the gym is like underground.
Okay.
So you have like your access key, and
Yeah.
it's like The Incredibles. You know how like your access
Oh,
key,
yeah.
and then
It's like a basement.
It's like a basement,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. A good way
They
to
got
get
some
kidnapped.
secret experiments going down underneath there.
The maintenance guy can do whatever that he wants with you because there's no cameras down
Oh,
there.
Oh wow.
Shit.
Oh, speaking from experience, I guess.
Yeah, right? Well, now we know what goes down over there.
So I was on the Stairmaster and I was like, I can't call him because my calls won't go through, but my
Mhm.
FaceTimes do. So I FaceTimed him and he's just like eating and I'm like venting to him, right? And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm used to that, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
used to that,
Mhm.
And then in the background, right? I
Yes.
hear.
Video game.
Do you?
Wait, where's
know-
he at? Is he at work?
He's at work.
Okay.
But what do you call him?
AJ.
What do you call him?
AJ.
Everybody calls him AJ.
Yeah.
Abraham. Nah, just kidding.
Abraham Jr.
Like, just like that.
Abraham Jr.
Just like that.
Abraham Jr. calls him his whole name.
Abraham Jr. I'm basically moaning right now,
Yeah.
right? On the record. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like
So
getting
just
mad
like
right
that.
now.
Like
talking about.
with that Abraham Jr.
Yeah.
Yes. And he's like, hey. I was like, oh, you talk.
There's more than huh?
There's more than right. Oh, hey. And I was like,
Wait, so he's on FaceTime.
he's on FaceTime with me.
Yeah. And then you hear somebody in the background.
I hear
Say-
somebody open the door because he's on break.
Okay, so he's at
He's
work.
taking lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I was just jumping to the Abraham Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a guy. You were ready for that one, man.
And he was like, oh, hey. And I was like, I was like, fucking hang up on me right now. Because I couldn't find the end, like the,
Yeah.
because I was just so, like,
You couldn't find it fast enough.
boiling right now.
Really? Because somebody called him by Abraham Jr.?
Because it was very central. Like, she was literally moaning, Abraham Jr.
How many times did she say it, though?
3 times.
Oh,
like
she said it
Beetlejuice.
twice.
Like 3 times. And something was supposed to stick out. After 3 times.
God.
He was like, shut up. Not right now.
So I was like, like just boiling. And I have a coworker that works out with me. And, you know, she's just like my hype woman. She's like, And I was like,
Oh, she was in the background listening.
She was going,
yeah, the
oh,
whole
wow.
time she was like, because, you know, we work out together, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, so we're supposed to go to a concert
Okay.
this Friday. And I was like, if you want to take Homegirl with you, since, you know, Abraham Jr. is like your new name or whatever. Literally,
That's good.
I've never called them like, why are they
Yeah.
calling you Abraham Jr.? You introduce yourself as AJ.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Well, I mean, it depends. Like his personal, I mean, his profession. He'd be like, I'm Abraham Jr.
no.
No.
His business card says
Yeah.
AJ.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I try to save you, bro.
Right.
So he was just like, after that, you know, I'm like walking back to the building, right?
Dang,
So, like,
you didn't sit there and did you hang up on
oh,
him?
no, I stopped working out. And you know how you do the butterfly stretches? I was literally
Yeah, it's
doing that.
done.
I was literally doing that for 30 minutes because I was just like
Oh,
rethinking, like, and you know.
But did you hang up on him though?
No, yeah, he hung up on me.
Oh, he
Oh,
hung
Because
yeah.
I
up
told
on
him.
Oh, he
because-
hung up on you.
Yeah, because I told him to hang up on me because I was cussing at him. And that Abraham Jr. girl was in
Yeah.
there. So I was like, hang up on me right now. AJ, I'm not fucking playing. Hang up on me right now.
No. You should have stayed on there, made it.
Wait,
Let her know you crazy.
So
And I know who this girl is.
So
too.
he said Abraham Jr. All right, and then he just said, "Oh," and he was just kind of like, "So how you kind of skip
Yeah.
the story?"
Oh, sorry.
So okay, so let's say I'm on the phone,
Uh-huh.
right?
Okay.
And I'm like, and then he comes in. Say, Jonah, you say Abraham Jr. 3 times.
Abraham Jr.
Mm.
Abraham Jr.
Mhm.
Just like that. Abraham Jr. 3
No,
times.
sensual. Sexy. Do it sexy.
Abraham Jr.
There you go.
Just
Huh?
no.
Clench your butt.
Oh,
a
what did
little
he
bit.
say? He said,
He said, oh, hey.
Oh, hey. And then what happened?
And then I was like, hang up on me right now, AJ. I'm sorry, Abraham.
Abraham
hang
Jr.
up, Abraham
Abraham
Jr.
Jr.
Hang up on me
Abraham-
right now. And he was like,
Why? Why?
Hang
what did
up.
I do?
And then he hung up.
Oh.
And then I started doing my butterfly
Yeah.
stretches, right?
Then she moved over to the bench press, started really bitching 250.
So I started doing my.
Yeah.
So then, hold on, I have the text message right
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
because I know who this girl is.
Is she hot?
It's his ex boss.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, that's a good box.
I thought you said ex.
I thought you
lead
said,
it,
I thought we were
yeah.
about to say ex girlfriend. We're like, well, ex boss. Okay, well then,
You know
how long was he working?
Well, it was like he got promoted at work, so
Oh.
that she's not the boss anymore.
Mm.
But like
He's
how
the boss
you,
now.
like how you sit, like that's how close to each other they sat,
Oh,
right?
Oh, because they're equals now.
yeah.
He's
is that what
above her.
Oh, he's
Oh.
above her now.
Maybe that's why, because she's like, I know you make this much money, Abraham.
Yeah. So maybe
What
I
if-
mean,
how much worse would it have been if he's like, Abraham, Abraham, what are we having
Jr..
for lunch?
Abraham Jr.
Oh, they, I was like, Abraham Jr., you can take your ex boss to the concert since that's what you like being called.
Look what you done. Now you missed out on the concert.
Yeah, there you go.
You played yourself. I'm just kidding.
Now you're not gonna be able to enjoy Morgan Wallen.
Now some other girl's gonna be enjoying it.
No, and
some other girl be saying, "Last night we had them list."
And she's like, "Right, Abraham." Right, Abraham. And then later he calls me. Right, he just like left me on red. Right, because he's just like, "This bitch is crazy."
Yeah.
So he also calls me. He calls me right when he gets off, and I was just like, right. I was doing a reverse psychology, right? So I was just like,
because girls are so good at that, right?
Yeah, we're amazing. Pussy is power, right?
Fuck yeah, it is, dog.
We control the whole situation.
You're older and wiser.
You left your own birthday party because
that was
you left early.
Yeah, I did. Never mind.
Scratch old dumb and full of cum.
Yep.
So then he calls, right? He has this new guy that he works with, right?
Okay.
And he was just like, this is how I knew there was a little guilt in there. Because I was like, maybe, like it's natural to be flirty at work.
Yeah.
I work with a whole bunch of women. So
Yeah.
I'm just flirting with other girls. No issues there.
I mean, imagine if she had some testosterone in there.
Yeah.
It'd have been wild.
Imagine if the IT department worked next to us. No.
They came in smelling like Dior.
Blue.
Yeah.
Blue by
Dakar Noir.
Oh
I'm
my
just kidding.
goodness.
I don't know how that smells.
It'd be like, my enter button doesn't work.
Press any key.
And she's like,
where's that button at?
Can you fix the cable?
delete? What's delete?
Yeah, can you fix my cables under my desk, please?
My wireless mouse, the wire's messed up.
So then he like tells me, he's like, yeah, this guy that he works with now, right? That's like training him or whatever.
Okay.
He's been married for like 35 years. And he was like, yeah, today we're just talking about relationships. And I was just like, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, And he was like, yeah, like he just asked, like, before you started dating, like, what do you used to do? And he was like, I don't know, like before I started, like ever since I met Susanna, like that's all I know. And I was like,
I can tell you what I did now.
And I was just saying, I was getting more mad because I was just like, you're just trying to like
butter you up.
You butter me up, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I feel like there's a little guilt in there. The whole time
Yeah.
I'm smiling. I was like, yeah, of course you don't remember.
Yeah.
But I do remember Abraham Jr.
Hey, you gonna call? Are you gonna call him that later on?
Abraham Jr.
Is that something that you're
you know
always
what my
gonna...
pettiness was gonna be for
What?
later today? Like I wasn't gonna bring it up when I got home or anything, but I was gonna be like, hey, I was gonna change his name on my phone. It's Abraham Jr.
Oh
Wow.
my
Hold on, I'm
God.
not finished with my plan. And I was gonna be like, hey, babe, I can't find my phone. And
I'm
I was
gonna
gonna
call it
I need you to call it, right? And then it's gonna say
Abraham.
Abraham Jr.
Oh my God. He probably would have really Susanna.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was
Really,
just like,
Susanna?
Susanna, it's out of my control. It's out of your control when women know your name. It's
Yeah,
definitely
it is.
out
It's
of your control.
I mean, he just look. He's romantic with you. All
Yeah.
the other women since that.
And that's his old boss, so she knows his full name. So it's not like he was like, hey, call me by this. This is my full name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my full name.
I mean, I'm pretty
she
sure.
knows.
Yeah, she knows. She knows how much
Yeah.
he got paid. She knows his record. Yeah. I mean, how long has he worked under her?
He's worked on her for a year.
Now, how long has he worked on top of her?
We're about to see. But she's like Abraham the third.
Oh, dang. Well, I thought he was a junior.
No, that's what I'm saying. He gets to that third level.
Oh, okay.
Right now he's on that second level.
Dang. Who would have thought, bro? And, romantic AJ would be in a doghouse.
It wasn't his fault though. It was her, and you didn't like the way
He
she
got
said.
I think I blame
got
your
giddy.
hype. I think I blame your hype person.
My what?
Your hype person.
My hype person?
yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
hype person just hyping you
Shout
up.
out to Jessica. We hype each other up. We're
Yeah.
like, he's a
Damn,
piece of
Jessica.
shit.
Damn it, Jessica. Now he gonna be like,
Wow.
he's never gonna live this down.
Yeah.
No,
And he
it-
didn't do nothing. All he was there is being a supportive husband, listening to you vent, and then just
Because that's what y'all want to hear. Yeah, I don't want like us to be like
give you the kind of
give
logic.
advice.
You don't want
'Cause,
logic.
Yeah, we'll tell you how to fix a situation. But y'all don't want that.
You
Y'all
just
want
want to vent.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you have AJ Jr. coming
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
I mean Abraham Jr. walking in, and then he's like,
Yeah.
damn it. Not only did I stay on the phone to support my wife, I have a crazy Abraham Jr. walking through, and now I'm in the doghouse. It's a lose-lose situation for my man.
And then, like, whenever we were driving back, and I was like, so what is she going there at telling your name 3 times? He's like, babe, she literally just went in there and grabbed a napkin and left. And I was like, she knew that you were in there. You know, like our mind goes there.
Yeah.
Like
I think she knew that she was.
She knew we're in there. She's
Yeah.
like, this is my time to get my flirtiness in. Now that you don't work next to me, and you know, I don't talk with you all day.
Abraham Jr. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think she was doing that because, you know, to mock you?
Me?
Yeah.
No. And then like, hey, so like 3
Here
weeks ago.
I'm putting more information.
There we go.
No, 3
sorry,
weeks ago.
AJ.
I know. AJ's like, you need to stop putting your business
bro.
out
Cut
there.
This right now.
Hey, look at that. We're out of time.
Whenever I have a day off during the week, I go take him lunch.
Oh.
Okay. So
Are
I
you gonna
went up
walk in
there.
this time?
I walked in there. Abraham Jr. What? No. And he was like, oh, this is like my boss and like the people that he works with.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, he's always talking about you.
Oh,
Like
really?
with that attitude.
Yeah.
And I told AJ about it. I'm sorry. I told Abraham Jr. later about it. And he was just like, you're just thinking too much. I was like, no, like she was just very like, yeah, he talks about you all the time.
Yeah, she was kind of jealous.
You think so?
I think so.
You
Oh
know
yeah.
what?
How highly he speaks of you.
Yeah.
He was like,
'Cause she's
She has me
probably.
up here,
Does she? Is she
right?
married? Does she married? Or you don't know.
I don't know. It's funny. I don't know anything about her.
Maybe she's just kind of like jealous, like, you know, my man don't talk to me like that.
Mhm.
Because I know we hear it all the time. We hear it all the time on us.
Really?
Look at AJ does for Susie. You know,
No.
all that stuff. And I'm just like,
No, we're talking shit about him right now.
I mean, what did my wife say earlier? You know, she's all like, look, AJ was like, I have presents on deck for
Oh my
Susie.
God, that's so embarrassing.
couldn't be me.
Could be me.
Oh
No.
Lord.
Sorry, AJ. You know what? We're gonna figure out a way to get you at this doghouse.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Do it.
I'll put you in my man cave, bro.
Do you have a race car? Or a minivan full of junk? Or do you just want your car to look nice? We have the perfect service for you. And the best part of all, they come to you. Call or text Raider Mobile Detailing at 806-283-8322 for a complete interior and exterior detail. Serving all over the DFW, tell them Where's My Sandwich sent you for an exclusive discount.
I had an interesting weekend this past weekend. I was a single dad because my wife's a stay-home mom.
I know we're talking about like our issues. Like the first segment was my issues that tell us
Yeah.
So,
about your marriage problems.
No, I don't have any marriage problems.
Oh.
No, my wife's a stay-at-home mom. And this is her first year actually joining the PTA for her school, for my kid's school.
Parent Teacher Association.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought that's
But-
like a nightmare for anybody.
Well, the thing is, I guess they didn't realize how deep it goes into. So they had a conference, a
Okay.
PTA conference.
They have PTA.
Yes, it was at the Gaylord. So it was a weekend thing. It was a Friday.
Guys, this is like a $700 a night hotel.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
Yeah, and it was all free for them.
Okay.
And I was just kind of like, "You sure it's a PTA? Like I'm about to just show up."
She was too excited to
You
go.
sure about that? You sure about that? You know what I'm saying? I was just kind of like,
You sure about that? You sure about that?
I didn't really believe her, but no.
Yeah.
So I had to be at home weekend with the kids. So I actually took a day off of work on Friday because they left Friday morning, and I knew it was because I dropped her off at some other lady's house. So the other PTA people that were board members that were going, so they're all ladies.
You saw the woman's face.
Yeah.
That there was no man there.
Yeah, no man whatsoever.
Okay.
Because
good.
I looked, you know what I'm saying? Like I went through. I even
You didn't
went
hear
to
Lauren.
I know.
Yeah.
Lauren.
Nah, I didn't hear baby. I didn't hear baby cakes. I didn't hear sugar plum. I didn't hear none of that stuff.
Okay,
Didn't see
good,
no
good,
slap
good,
in
good.
the
Yeah.
ass.
No.
No, nothing.
I
You
didn't
made
hear
sure. You made
made-
sure all your bases were.
Yeah,
okay.
I even went to the Gaylord, story for Instagram to make sure, because they show things all over the place. I want to make sure that
There's a
I
PTA.
didn't see them in the
Yeah.
background or nothing.
Good,
Yeah,
good,
you
good,
just
good,
you
good,
just
good.
want to make sure that she's safe.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly. That's just being a man, you know.
You're
No.
a piece of shit.
So I was at home with my kids this weekend, and unfortunately, the baby is is under the weather.
Oh.
So I had to really pay attention to her and take care of her because she's fine, but usually it's at night she gets her cough. She starts coughing, and when her body relaxes, then she just starts coughing up a lung.
Yeah.
And she's also been having diarrhea and stuff. And
Ugh.
one of the bad things is she'll have diarrhea in her sleep.
Oh,
So-
poor baby.
So yeah. So what happened was, and my thing is I'm always I don't want to say try to be Mr. Mom, but I'm watch I'm gonna be able to take care of the kids, clean the house, do all the stuff,
Yeah.
and not, no complaining.
Trying to prove a point.
Yeah, prove a point. That's how I am. I don't know what it is. And then just like, man, if I could do it, anybody can do it. That's the way So everything was going good, right? I was cleaning the house. Because the way I clean is I clean in different sections. I clean living room. Everything in the living room is clean first. Okay. Sweep, and then I mop it. And then I move on to the hallway, clean all the hallway stuff, everything, throw trash, mop, sweep, everything. And then I started moving into the dining room. Well, I go in and I was checking on the baby because she was taking a nap. So I kind of checked on the baby and looked, and I realized, oh man, she just had diarrhea. She diarrhea through her diiper. Damn. So she had diarrhea on the covers. So I get her up and I take her off and I like run and I put she's all trying to wake up, and I'm like washing her in the bathtub. Well, my old ass, had her like, because you're kind of like bending like awkwardly. My old ass. Oh. Okay. You're kind of like bending awkwardly, like trying to hold the baby up.
And she doesn't drown, and you're trying to take all
I just had the bath running, but I'm also trying to wipe her down. But you're trying to like either be on your knees or like leaning over.
And those bathtubs, like,
they suck.
Yeah, man, you can slip so easily.
Because we have one of those wide tubs, like it's a wide circle tub. Mm-hmm. So trying to like lean in and trying to hold her and then wash her and then like bend over or kind of like be on my knees.
Yeah, because you're not trying to put her in the water. You're
exactly. Just wash her off. Yeah, just wash her off. So, and I think at that time when I brought her back up, like I heard something go. When you hear that,
your ankle.
Nope, it was your lower back / hip.
Oh.
So as soon as that happens, you start feeling that lower back pain.
Yeah.
You start
like that sting.
Yeah, it's like a full sting in your lower back, all through your the bottom of your I would say the top of my calf, the back of my quad, like all that just muscle just hit. And it's just stinging, and you just feel like people think that I slit the disc. That's how pain it is, but it's really not. It's more of your hip just gets unlined.
Yeah, and
that's what it just shoots like a pain through your back. So that's what ended up happening, and I didn't realize that because that actually doesn't kick in until like maybe 20-30 minutes after you do it.
Yeah.
So once I put her up, get her all taken care of, I'm like, all right, well I'm gonna go back to cleaning mopping and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I just start feeling the pain, and I'll get this happened on Saturday. Okay. So it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday that she was gone.
Okay.
So I had to survive
without your wife.
Without my wife.
With no help.
I had to call my mother-in-law to kind of come help me because it was the trying to take care of a sick baby, a 7-year-old boy, and myself.
Yeah.
With my back hurting. Like you really, once that pain starts hitting, that's a wrap.
She didn't have a heating pad like that you can use.
Even then, like none of that. Where I have a massage gun. Yeah. Right. And I can like bear myself to kind of like get back up, but you start limping, walking.
Yeah. Phil.
So I'm just out completely. Right. And I'm still trying to like push. And then so I really didn't get
Paw, are you okay?
I didn't get to finish cleaning the house,
Yeah.
I didn't even get to do the dishes. Like I was in the middle of doing laundry.
Wait, did your wife know like you're in pain when she was out there? Like did you run the experience for her?
So my mother-in-law, my wife out there still doing her thing.
He's still trying to prove himself.
I'm still trying to prove a point.
So she doesn't.
Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but I was talking to my wife the other day about this. I was like, what's weird about us is that when we go out for the night, or like, let's say if she has a girls' night, or if I have a guys' night, or if she goes out of town for work for the weekend, or she goes on girls' trip or whatnot, we try to not really call each other.
I do that. Yeah, I do that as well.
Well, yeah, when we were in Austin, none of our husbands.
I really try not to reach out to her like for anything. Like I just like let it be. If there's something going on at the house, then I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna sit here and like blow her up and kind of ruin that. Yeah,
because you're out there. We know you guys are out there
just talking shit about you.
No, having a good time,
basically,
and we want y'all to have a good time.
So I don't do the phone. Excuse me. I don't do the phone calls. I don't do the text messaging. I don't do none of that.
Yeah, it's funny because none of our husbands, when we went on a girls' trip last year, like Abraham Jr., Phil, none of y'all, we were like, oh, we have to go home to husbands.
That's why we do it also, because we know when we go. Yeah, mine start wandering. What's he doing? I gotta get home.
We
weren't worried
about show. We were not worried about show.
So like, but that's
you ain't worried about AJ.
That's how I'm. But the only way she found out is because her mom called her. because her mom likes to call her, just like check up on her all the time. And I was so happened to lay down on the couch. It was, the baby. She had the baby, and King was on. My son was on his iPad, and I was sitting there laying on the couch because I was like, "Oh man, my back is going through it right now." And she's next thing I look up, and she's FaceTiming my wife, and she's all like, "How's it going?" Blah blah blah. And she's like, "What are you doing at my house?" "Oh, nothing. I'm taking care of this one. And then she points it to me, and then I hear more. Oh my God, what happened? I was like, why did you call her?
Why is he being such a bitch right now, Mom? Man. Tell me.
Why did you call her? But she was just like, I was like, it's just nothing. She was just like, because she made like a side comment. That's what kind of made me mad. My wife, she's like, I guess he's not going to clean up the house then. Or something like that. So I was just like, all right, here I go.
Like,
again, okay. So so here was another one. Here's another one that thugged it out. My baby was running out of formula, and she wasn't gonna last throughout the night.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I need to go to Sam's and go get her some more formula.
Yeah.
I need to go to the store.
Yeah.
Like, here's the kicker. Remember, I'm hurting. Like, it just happened. So I'm having to use the massage. I took the massage gun with me to get me jump started. Because once I have the massage gun and I put it on my hip or whatnot, I can bear the pain for the next 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm walking with like really weird.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I massaged myself when I got in the car, drove to Sam's. When I got out of Sam's, I had that gun with me, and I'm just like in the parking lot, just like drilling.
They're like, look at that weirdo over there.
And I just had that massage gun just drilling into my hip because I'm just like, man, my baby needs some milk.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna thug it, and I walked all the way through Sam's
with the goddamn gun to your hip.
No, I couldn't bring the gun inside because they were probably think I stole it.
Yeah.
So I got the milk, and then I'm walking back. Now keep in mind, I'm walking walking with a
like
limp.
a thug,
walking weirder than you usually do.
Like walking like, oh my God, this hurts so bad.
Yeah.
And then with finally I got home, I'm just like putting like icy hot, put everything on my lower back and my hip, and I was like, I have muscle relaxers, but I was trying to stay away from them.
Yeah,
because I'm by myself.
Yeah,
because remember, my baby is sick.
Right.
So one of the bad things is that at night, she was like, when it's time for her to go to bed, she's fine throughout the day, but when it's time for her to go to bed, she'll start having these coughing.
And you really
episodes.
Can't sleep because you can just hear her cough.
Because you can hear her cough. So you're getting up, and she likes to throw up, because she had all the phlegm in her mouth.
Yeah, she loves to throw up. She likes to throw up.
That's her favorite thing to do.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She just looks like,
yeah. So I've been putting her in the shower so the steam can hit her and then she can kind of clear her up. So I'm having to do all that while I'm just hurting.
But
now get this, my mother-in-law already left. So really it's just me.
She only gave you 3 hours?
She gave me about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So now we're just like, man, so the next morning, now get this, she's crying and she's coughing at 2 a.m, 3 a.m. So I'm having to kind of, when you wake up, when you fall asleep, so I'm having to sleep a certain way and then wake up because she's coughing. Now, when you wake up, my mind's not thinking, oh, my back's hurting.
Right.
You just, your natural reaction is just to get up.
Get up.
And, just get up and go. So I forget my back is hurting.
Yeah.
So at 3 a.m, I wake up and I'm like, oh, and I'm like about to get off the bed and boom. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you're just there crying with her?
Yeah. I was just kind of like, and secretly I was just like, at that point I was really missing my wife.
Yeah. Is that really, that's the only reason why? But question.
Yes.
Whenever you're so this happens to me, especially when I get nauseous, if I'm so busy, I forget I'm nauseous. When you're so busy, were you so busy with the kids and everything that you forgot your back was hurting? Or
no, it was more in the night that I forgot my back was hurting until I got up, and then I'm like, oh shit, I can feel that pain.
Yeah.
But throughout the day, no, that pain, if anybody has hurt, I guess had a sciatic back pain, that's what it's called, a sciatic nerve. If anybody's ever had that, but they will tell you that is the worst pain in their life.
Well, when me and Jonah get to your age, we'll be able to.
Well, no, he's had it before, remember? Where you're lower.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you do, because he came to the house.
Dementia. That's part of the.
Yeah. Because I showed him where it was at, and I gave that gun to him.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't walk. I was limping a little bit. I was like,
yeah. It hurts. It hurts to walk. It hurts to stand. It hurts to do anything. You can't sit. You're just in pain no matter what. So I'm just trying to thug it out
You
all the
thugged
way
it
through.
out. Well, I'm so glad that you thugged it out.
I'm still trying to thug it out
Oh,
right
right now
now
you're in
because
pain.
I'm feeling it. But I mean, this is what day 3 that I'm dealing with it.
Yeah.
I have some hydrocodone.
I have some at the house too.
Oh,
But
okay.
I got. Well, I tell you what. When I picked up Lauren yesterday, as soon as she got home, man, I was just like, here's the baby.
Your clock back in. Here you
Yes,
go.
your weekend is over
Right.
now. Like
Yeah.
your weekend without the kids, you were just
Yeah.
worried about you, and you're just taking notes and stuff.
Yeah.
The conferences, your classrooms. I got it now. Here's
Here
the
you
kid.
go. Here you go.
Here's the kid. Because man, I tell you what, that was the worst. That was a test for me. That was a big test.
So
for
you can't
me.
be a single daddy
No, I could be a single dad just without the sciatic part.
without the. I thought you used to be like without the Mila part.
No,
With
it's
the
just
baby.
without. I mean, it's just the baby's sick. Your back is your lower back is hurting. Out of all things,
Yeah.
your lower back is like everything.
So like that's us on our periods.
No,
All right. Okay.
No way.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
and
I don't know.
I would say maybe like a spasm.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, but no, the sciatic nerve, the
Constant.
sciatic is nowhere near
Yeah.
the pain. You ask anybody here with the sciatic that had a sciatic nerve hit, and they tell you it's the worst pain in the world because it's like a stab. It's like a pinched nerve. It feels like your disc is like erupted. So anytime you turn or like sit or like even if you try to sit on the couch, it's like a pain so bad up your spine. You're just like ah.
So the real
Yeah.
question here is, what are you gonna do about this? Are you just gonna keep thugging it out, or
Well, I mean, it's like a muscle strain. So you can't do nothing but just thug it out. You got to let it heal itself, and then just massage it. And luckily, I got hydrocodeines on deck. So I
Yeah.
just been popping them suckers like Tic Tacs.
Going back to periods. You know that a cramp is
Okay.
compared to a a contraction of 2 centimeters.
I mean, I
And
don't
they
know.
didn't make they make
what's the science?
medicine
I need the scientific proof of this.
specifically
It's Midol,
for cramps.
right?
Yeah, for cramps because
Hey,
it's a
Midol's
very
good for
spec-
headaches. Midol's good
All
for
that-
headaches.
You
it's
take
all
it
that
for headaches. Yeah, oh my
It's all that
gosh.
caffeine that's in there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why. So
You know what's another way to get rid of a headache?
Uh-huh.
I found this out. TikTok is like a powerful tool.
Is
Okay.
it a powerful
It's
tool?
a very
Yes.
dangerous tool, actually.
Yeah, it's a very powerful tool. So, and this is without taking medicine.
Okay.
So what I found out because I used to I have like really bad sinus headaches that
Yeah.
hit one side of my head or whatnot. I feel
Yeah.
like it's a tumor, basically.
Oh yeah, sometimes you're like, wait, hold on. Is
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
But what they taught me was if you're having like a bad sinus headache and it's like on one side of your face or whatnot, you have to go to the
A dark
bathtub.
room.
No,
Oh.
you have to go to the bathtub
Mhm.
and you put it on hot water.
Okay.
And then you fill it up to like to cover your whole feet. And you go and you put your feet in the bathtub with hot water
Okay.
Yeah.
because all the blood rushes to your feet from your brain. All the blood in your body rushes to your feet because it's a temperature change. So when it does that, all the blood rush and stuff that's coming from your head, it all comes down to your feet because that's where
Yeah.
it's all the heat's going at. And not to mention when that happens, there behind your ear, wherever your neck is at, that's like one of your sinus pressure points. And if you rub that out for the next 10 minutes, like just keep rubbing it, and just
Mhm.
while you're sitting in there with your feet in the hot water, your headache would go away.
Wow.
And that's happened.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok
TikTok
taught
taught
me
you.
that. And the reason why I got desperate enough to ask TikTok is
Uh-huh.
because I had one of those sinus headaches to the point where it's like usually if you get a sinus headache, you're like, all right, let me just take a nap and it
Yeah.
goes away. Well, I've taken 3 naps and the suckers didn't go away.
Yeah.
So I was just like, now I was desperate because
Yeah.
I was like, I really couldn't focus. My head was hurting. So I looked on TikTok and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me try it. And I did it. 10, 15 minutes went by. The headache was gone. And I was just like, yes. And ever since then, I've been doing it.
So
Okay.
other thing that I saw on TikTok, which I thought was pretty funny. I'm
Mm.
glad you're okay though. I'm glad you're getting better though. I'm
Appreciate it,
I'm
Susie.
glad you're getting better.
Appreciate it.
So I saw like this, going back to the PTA.
Yeah.
I don't know, it reminded me of school. So this girl has this parent lady, a mom has a kid that's
A
like
mother.
in the 1st grade.
All right.
And he hates going to school right?
All right.
Like absolutely hates going to school.
Yeah, it's everybody.
Yep.
And he's like, in the morning, he like throws a fit, like, I don't want to go to school. You know, white people shit, right? Like, I don't want to go to school.
I don't think that's. I think it's everybody.
Yeah.
Your kid wakes up kicking and screaming that he don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
That was you?
I got my ass whooped. No,
that's what I'm saying. You get your ass whooped one time, and that's the first and last time you do it.
No, my grandma would like grab clothes hangers and hit me with it. And
no, check this out. My dad used to do the helicopter on me.
Oh, but you go like that?
No.
Oh, that's a sprinkler. Sorry.
When I didn't want to wake up and throwing a fit because of school, what he would do is he would turn on all the lights, pull the covers off of me, and he'll grab me by my arm and grab me by my leg, and he'll pick me up and he'll spin me around.
Spin you.
Oh, that's cute.
No, it's not, because he would spin me and then he'll stand me up and then walk out.
I was tight.
You were a scrawny little kid then.
Yeah.
Oh, your dad was just like super strong.
Imagine being dizzy, just waking up, not wanting to go. He pulls out the cover, it's cold, and he just spins you, like just gets you dizzy, and then he just stands you up and he walks out.
And he's like, I'm so proud of you, son.
You think I can go back to sleep after that?
So she was like, look, son, if you go to school for 5 days, I'll give you 2 days off.
2 days off of what?
Of school.
You don't get it?
What?
Wait, you do get it or you don't get it?
Yeah, the weekend. That's bullshit.
What happens to their staff development day?
Yeah. He was being extra good.
Nice.
Nice. So when I heard that, I was like, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, the kids still don't understand the concept of weekends.
Yeah. Oh, so he's like super young.
Yeah, he's in first grade.
Yeah.
You don't fucking pay attention to me, Jonathan.
Yeah, that's funny.
Sorry.
Yeah, she was like, if you go to school for just give me 5 days, you'll get 2 days off.
Yeah.
2 days in a row off. And he's like, all right, Mom.
Fucking smart.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know like these tricks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just over here like with Elijah.
That's
He
gentle.
only,
That's gentle parenting.
Yeah.
that's gentle parenting.
Yeah, because
That's
my kid don't be gentle kidding, so I can't do gentle parenting.
No, Elijah, I'll be like, you need to eat your broccoli. And he's like, why? Right now, my son is in that why phase. And I'm just like, dude, why?
Why everything?
Why?
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 Fucking said so.
Why? Why do I need to take a shower? Have you smelled your armpits, boy? That's why.
I would have been like, to avoid an ass whooping. That's why.
Yeah, yeah. So my son right now is in the why phase.
Yeah, I know that. I know that phase.
And we took him out of daycare for right now. We're saving a lot of money because he starts pre-K next month.
Okay.
But we took him out of daycare for a month. My in-law, she's watching him for me. Thank you. And now you can definitely tell he's not in daycare because he's not in a routine anymore.
Yeah.
So he's just like all over the place now. So as soon as we get home, he's like, oh, I just want to jump off the wall, and do all this. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like Elijah, chill.
Hey, that does not change. King is 7 years old and this summer, and he's off the walls all day, every day.
Because they're not in a routine.
No, they don't.
Oh, wait, with your wife is different. She's at home. So.
Well, no, it's just the fact that the kids, they have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And they're used to going outside during recess and playing and running it out, or they'll go to gym and run it all out.
Yeah.
And by the time they come home, they're just kind of like, I'm tired.
Yes.
But at home, they're just in their pajamas all day and, watching TV or playing with their toys, and they don't have that full-on energy outburst that they usually get at school.
I know, because like whenever he was in daycare, which starting in August, Elijah's going to be back in that routine where I have him in school, karate, and baseball. Because baseball, T-ball starting up again. And so as soon as we'll get home, 7:30. And I'm like, let me take you a bath because I'm not taking a shower in the morning. But he definitely, you can tell he definitely misses his routine.
Yeah, well, I can't wait.
He shows me with his actions.
Nice.
And I can't handle it.
I can't wait for summer to come back, be over with, because I'm ready for these kids to.
I'm ready for football season. I'm ready for my vacation. I'm waiting for Christmas. I'm ready for Thanksgiving. I'm ready for all these activities.
Ready for Halloween.
Yes. That's me.
Halloween. If you live in the DFW area, you know these storms have been hitting us left and right. You want to call the right people for your roofing needs. They are experienced roofers. They offer free inspections, and it's quality that you can count on. Call True Homes at 817-888-5101 for $250 off for your next roof. And just because they like a little bit of sandwich, they're going to throw you a little gift card. Again, that number is 817-888-5101.
not my dad!
Aw, look at Daddy.
No, I got to get in the business.
Welcome back. You know what? Shout out to that guy at the gym.
The big black guy.
The big black guy who said that this show was like one of the greatest shows they ever said. And like I say that all the time. I say this is the greatest show ever. And it's just a matter of time till everybody knows the wrath of Where's My Sandwich podcast.
Word to mouth, guys.
Yeah, word
tell
to mouth.
everybody.
So go tell your family, the people at, friends of ours and friends of our loved ones. Go out and tell your family about it because we know you listen to it. And we thank you for listening to it. And this is everybody's favorite part.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's Rita with Stepdaddy. It's brought to you by Crazy Margaritas. Now, Crazy Margaritas is a company that, of course, they bring in the margarita machines to your house. They set them up. You get to choose your flavors, and you get the party started. And it doesn't go until you run out. And how big are the gallons?
5 gallons.
5 gallons of margarita. That's and is it already mixed with liquor, or do you
have to buy your own liquor?
You have to buy your own liquor. See, then you could just dump the whole bottle into there and just keep going.
Do it.
So, hey, it's time to go get a margarita machine with Crazy Margaritas. Now, just give them a call and just tell them that Where's My Sandwich sent you to get that 10% off. $10 off.
The other money is going to be coming from him. So that number is 972-679-7482.
All right. And I always mess it up. I don't know why. So what do we have for Stepdaddy today?
Are you ready?
I'm
Stepdaddy?
ready. Yes, I'm ready.
I think now that I look at it, this letter kind of relates to my situation with AJ. I'm sorry, Abraham
Jr. She wrote it. Yeah. She wrote it.
This is a female writing.
Okay.
Just think about me and Abraham's situation.
Abraham Jr.
Abraham Jr.'s situation. And this, okay?
Jr.
Okay.
My boyfriend and I were together for a short while. Not that part. Not
short
that
while.
part.
Okay. Yeah, that part.
When I got pregnant, during the first months, we were solid. He will buy me flowers, take me on dates, go out with friends, have good sex, etc.
Did my wife write this?
Once we just really, as soon as we said the sex part, that's definitely Lauren. Once we found out I was pregnant, the dynamic changed almost instantly. He stopped doing the little things and I got distant. He was more on his phone, stopped taking me out, doesn't buy me flowers, we didn't have sex anymore. Part of the reasons was that we couldn't because of a complication during the pregnancy. But once it cleared up, he wouldn't touch me or even try to if I was driving up on him. I later found out him trying to jack off to a girl that used to send him nudes 2 years ago.
Oh.
I told him how it made me feel, and he said that he was scared for the baby. He was scared to have sex with her because of the baby.
I think
I often felt alone during my pregnancy and cried in silence. He's an amazing dad, and seeing him with our son is very warming. I felt as if maybe the tables were turning again until I went through his phone. I never do that, but I was curious and I found a text. He sent it to a mutual friend. He sent a picture of our son to her and she said that he's beautiful and he responded, "When are you going to give him a sibling?"
That is wild.
Oh my God.
The girl disregarded his comment and proceeded to say, "Imagine me as a mom." Like, she was just like, "Oh yeah, hi, imagine me as a mom." Ask how I was doing. I just don't know what to do, and I'm looking for advice the best approach to stepdaddy. I'm tired of feeling sad, and it's especially harder since I have a newborn who wakes up every 3 hours. Stepdaddy, how do I handle this situation?
Okay.
Totally me and AJ in this situation.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
I don't know.
Damn, AJ. Abraham Jr.?
Nothing to do with it.
Right. Man, that's a lot of stuff. So they're still together.
Yeah, she said they're still together.
They're still together. They got pregnant, after a little while, been together. And a complication happened that scared him. And I think that's what may have started because at the beginning, he was all about her. You know, he was hot, and then she got pregnant. And then this complication that she's not being specific about probably really did scare him.
Yeah.
She said he's an amazing dad, so he cares about the kid.
Scared him into another woman.
Yeah. And he got scared and was like, I don't want to do anything to mess this up, but I still got to get my nut in. What am I going to do? Probably got bored of porn, started going through. It's like, oh, snap, I still got some stuff from
From
back
Clarissa.
then. Yeah. And he started, going down that path. And we are where we're at. Probably, I don't know what the complication was. And, he was like, I don't know if I want to have another kid with her again because of this complication. But obviously, he's already, got her sexual wise. He's not thinking about her anymore. He's thinking about others, I think mentally, I think that's where he's at. It sucks for her. I feel bad for her. But I mean, if passion and all that stuff is, feeling loved is something that you're looking for, I don't know. You might not find it with him. I don't know.
Man, it just sucks because like after you have a baby and like I had all the support from my husband, and
Yeah.
after I had Elijah, I had really bad postpartum depression. Like you
Mhm.
felt useless, and I had nothing to what this, like AJ literally like tended to me,
Mm-hmm.
and this girl, like this man, is just like doing the total opposite. Like I know she feels like, where do I go from here? You know,
Yeah.
like, but it's also one of those things like get out as early as you can.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like the deeper, I don't know, I've never been in that situation. Thank God I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
But like the faster you get out of it, maybe it's better. Like just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, for sure. Because
Basically.
I mean, you don't want the kid getting older and then
This thinking that's what a relationship is.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that's the good thing that you can never take that away from him being a good dad. And
Yeah.
I have respect for men like
Yeah.
that, like
Yeah,
that
'cause
take care of their kids.
he's doing what he needs to be doing. So she has no complaints about that. It's just the relationship, the all that stuff between them two
yeah,
is not there no more.
yeah.
It's not. So I think she just has to, realize that, and have that conversation with him. I mean, obviously, it also depends on how he reacts to the whole thing. Maybe he's not that kind of guy that wants uh, a kid being raised at two separate homes, but he still wants to like mess around and fool around and stuff. And that's just not fair to her.
He wants a
So
cake, and what's it called? How does that thing go? Like
You
you
want-
want
you
cake,
want
That's the cake and eat
and
it
you
too.
eat
Yeah.
it too. Mm-mm. No, you can't have both, honey.
Yeah,
So-
I never really got that saying, to be honest. Like, it's my cake. Why can't I eat it?
Yeah, I pay for this shit.
Yeah, it's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. And I'm
Yes,
like, why?
I can.
I mean, I paid for it. It's my cake. Why can't I eat my cake? You know?
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, I just
Why?
don't
Yeah.
get that saying. Like, I never got it. Somebody brought that to me back in high school. You can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm like, why? That you brought me the cake. I should eat it. Like, if
Yeah.
somebody's saying me happy birthday,
Yeah.
you brought me the cake. This is my cake, and I'm gonna eat it.
I blow out the candles.
Yeah,
I'ma
blew
eat
it.
this
I'm gonna
shit.
eat this motherfucker. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get that saying.
Yeah. What do you think about this situation, Phil?
All right. So he opened up the spank bank. All right.
Yeah,
and,
real old bank.
Yeah, it's a real old bank. And I don't know. I think maybe he just kind of like, after a while, like, one thing about when you first date, you go through the whole trying to impress the person.
Right.
You're basically you're wooing them.
Mhm.
Buying flowers, you go to the extra mile, try to dress nice, and once you get kind of bored, you get kind of settled.
Yeah.
Like the spark's always gonna disappear. This is why cheating never works, and this is why it never, like, people who step out of a relationship or step out of marriage go and the other relationship never really works, because all it
Mhm.
was just you're just repeating the cycle. Like, you like the woo moment.
Right.
And then when that woo woman's gone, that fun moment
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
is gone,
Yeah.
it's gonna go back to the same routine
Yeah.
again.
Like,
So,
you still have the butterflies. You still got all that
because
shit.
because it's new. So
still
depending
new.
on how long they've been together, and they, because I mean that goes for everybody. Like, everybody gets out of that, that passionate moment, that spontaneous moment they used to do all together, and then it just y'all just fall into a routine, and then some people don't know how to get out of that routine with each other, so they just go and they find other things that makes them excited, and that she's pregnant, and when women get pregnant and women are they're always tired, and then the sexual drive is gone, especially with the complication.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, like, when it came to having sex, that scared me sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when they're pregnant,
Right.
because and then my wife was always reassuring me, like, believe me, bro, you are not touching this kid. You know? So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking that in my head. It's like, come on.
Yeah. But I mean, just for me, I think just the more like, the whole positioning thing, and you're shaking her,
Right.
that's like, it's just a lot of things that
the
go
baby
through.
just in there. Wee.
Yeah, right. But things like that go through.
Yeah.
Because I had an issue like that with my first son, with my wife. Just the mental thing of like, hey,
Like she's fragile.
yeah, and it's just like, you know what? I don't want to. And then she's like, wow, you don't love me. Like, am I looking ugly?
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. But it's like, no, but I'm just kind of like, I'm afraid. Like, I don't want to be the person that hurts my kid. That's just always been the thing. And for him to, first of all, him getting caught, waxing his shit, that's on him.
Yeah.
You should have did.
How you got caught?
He got caught. Like,
Have you gotten caught?
You should. No, actually, I never got caught.
Don't look at me. Yeah, no. I do it while she's on the side of the bed.
And all she hears is,
Yeah.
she's just like,
She's like, hurry up so I can go to sleep.
Yeah. I'm like, making sure she's asleep.
yes.
I give her the 5 minutes. If she ain't asleep in 5 minutes, then I'm sorry.
The old rub and tug. You know?
I'm tired too.
One time AJ was like scratching. I'm like, AJ, Abraham Jr.
It's a real
And he's
bad
like,
itch.
what? He's like, what? And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing. I'm just
But
like, so
I mean,
paranoid.
okay, so from a girl's perspective, is that like, if you were to ever catch your husband like waxing his shit, like, would you feel that as cheating?
No. It was just more of like as ammo, right? Like, I'm not gonna to try to like turn
No,
it
but
on
I'm
to
just
us.
saying, like, with him, like,
Oh no, it's not cheating.
like, so, like, if
If it's a okay, there's a difference of you looking at porn,
Yeah.
and you looking at
Somebody
somebody that
who-
send you a nude, because that means that you fucking kept that fucking picture,
Yep.
yeah,
and you were thinking about her in the moment.
Mhm.
You weren't thinking about me.
There's a reality and fantasy. Reality wise, he's banged this chick. It was his ex.
Yeah.
He was looking at it and he was fantasizing about her.
oh, like,
and
going
then
back,
yeah, it's not
Fantasies.
like I'm fantasizing about
Selena Gomez. He ain't
Selena.
never getting Selena
Yeah.
Gomez.
Fantasize all you want.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Because when she comes, she is not looking your way.
Yeah,
Right?
well-
She ain't worried about you. She ain't worried about Abraham Jr.
She ain't worried about Abraham Jr. No, but I mean, also for like that. So yeah, you got caught doing that. That's like on a whole different other level, because now you're dealing with now you're dealing with your wife's insecurity, or dealing with your girl's insecurities. Now it is kind of cheating, because you are doing it to somebody
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And-
There's a past there.
Yeah, there is
So-
a past there, and stuff like that. So, man, I just feel like that's just a situation that I think he's emotionally gone. Like, he's there, he wants to be there for the kid, but
Yeah.
emotionally,
Yeah.
like, he just doesn't have that feelings for her no more.
Yeah. I feel that.
Did you find? I don't know. Like AJ said, I was like super hot when I was pregnant. Right? He was just saying that. Just
No. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my wife was always beautiful when she was pregnant. Especially this last time.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. This last time she was like really beautiful. when
like
she was
glowing.
pregnant. Yeah.
Like, yeah. Gorgeous.
Glowing. She loved it, and maybe just the fact, once I found out that it was a little girl, then it just kind of like enhanced, like,
Yeah.
her beauty
Mm.
and stuff like that. Now she
Aw.
just got more grumpier.
Yeah.
It's okay.
What about AJ? Is he like into once he saw you pregnant? Was there
You know what? He never rubbed my stomach. I'll be like,
is that a
I want you to
requirement?
Yes, when you're pregnant, right? That's like in the movies. Like touch.
That's
he's
Hollywood
kicking.
stuff.
Yeah.
He's kicking, and it's like, look, he's kicking. He's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's nice.
I mean, because, okay, let's be honest. Guys don't get really attached to the baby until the baby's here.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it is. Like, that's why the mother is always the first love, because the mother can feel the baby growing, can feel the baby moving.
Yeah.
You already know the movements. You've already kind of grown attached to him, like, or whatever routine. Oh, I know in the morning he kicks, or I know in the
Yeah.
afternoon he kicks. Like, we don't know that. Like, all we know is, here, feel this, and all we feel is a little nug. That's
Yeah.
all we feel.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, oh,
That's wild.
it's crazy. But I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
That's why.
I think like our second, like with Elijah, he was it was like one of those things we went to go see Lion King and I was like, I want to have a baby. And we had, you know,
What?
we did.
From Lion King. That was like you saw those. That was it.
We went to the movies with them to go see Lion King.
Which one?
The live action one.
Oh, okay.
It was then?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That night I was like, I want to give you a baby. And he was like, all right.
He was like, put this lion tail.
He was
on,
like, fuck yeah, I ain't gotta pull out for nothing.
So I think like this next
put this
time,
costume on.
Now that we know how much a child costs.
Yeah.
This
Now
next
y'all
one.
wear condoms.
Yeah. This next one is definitely gonna be like, oh, like I don't know. I think it's gonna be like
Actual
extra,
planned one.
like actual, like we never sat down and did the finances.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, you spend $25,000 a year in daycare. Like,
yeah.
you know, half of my salary goes to daycare.
None of my kids have actually been planned.
Yeah.
To be honest, no, none of my kids have been planned. Except, you know, I say Andrew, my second to the oldest. He was planned, but King wasn't planned.
So your pullout game is weak.
No, it's just Lauren lies to me. So
She lies to you.
How's that?
yeah, because she was like, I can't get pregnant. I already went to the doctor and they said I can't get pregnant. I was like,
okay,
bingo,
green light,
green light.
She's all depressed. You're like, okay.
I was just like, what? Shoot, bro. But I mean, it was. To be honest, like we were together for like 3 years before she even got pregnant. So like I thought it like in the second year, I was like, oh brother, I'm good. You know, you know, Kobe. You know, but and then just out of nowhere, she's like, I was at a guy's trip, and what's crazy is we went to a guy's trip and we were actually coming back from it. And we were already on the way back, like, oh, there's gonna be a concert here, this and that, bro. This plan is like in the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're all down.
Yeah.
And then I get back home to the apartment, and she's there, and she's like, "Hey babe, I missed you." And I was like, "Oh, I missed you too." She's like, "How was your trip?" And I was just like, "Oh, let me tell you about my trip." And I was telling her about all these things and everything that we did. We were drunk and we yada 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 because we went to New Orleans. And so she was like, "Oh, I bought you a present because I missed you." And I was like,
"Oh, wait, this is with King."
Yeah, okay, so I was like, "Oh man, babe, appreciate it." Yeah. And it was a shoebox. And I was like, "Wow, you got me some shoes, love." Like,
baby,
man,
I was like, "Those won't fit me. Those look a little too small."
No, this for the car. No, is this for the car?
No, she put it like in my size shoes.
Okay.
So I'm just like, what? Like, man, I just went on a badass guys trip. We got fucking wasted, and now I'm about to come home with some shoes. Like, man, this is the best life ever.
And my girlfriend misses me.
Yeah, my wife ain't tripping. No, it was my girlfriend at the time. She was like, she wasn't tripping about nothing. She was glad that I came back. Life was good. And then I opened up the thing and I saw it, and it was a pregnancy test. And I was like, first thing I said was like, shut the fuck up. but
call me back, Jonathan.
I can't.
But I was just like, you fucking lying. And she started like laughing. She's like, no. I was like, shut the fuck up. But that's my reaction, because that was my reaction to when my daughter was. She told me that my daughter she was pregnant with my daughter. Oh. Now, this, keep in mind, we were already married. We've already had King. King was already like 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember me being at work and I was on a catwalk, and she was FaceTiming me because she's like, let's go eat lunch. And that's why I was like, oh, I can't go eat lunch because, but she was planning that. And then she showed me, she on FaceTime. She's like, look. And I saw the pregnancy test and I was just like, shut the fuck up. That was my first reaction again. And then my buddy had the harness on. I had the harness on. He had the thing. He's like, so do you want me to let you go right here? Do you want me to do? I was like, yeah. And it was funny, man. It's just, I remember being at work and we had this conversation prior to her calling me. And that this is total coincidence. We had this conversation with another group of people. And they were saying she was pregnant, and she was like telling us that, she's about to give birth in the next, I think, 4 months or whatnot. And she was all like, what about y'all? Do you have kids? And my coworker's like, yeah, I got these kids, blah, blah, blah. And then me, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm good. I got 3 boys. I think me and my wife are done. Like, I'm good with kids. I'm already getting at that age. And
my
literally, like, 15 minutes after that conversation is when she called me and told me she was pregnant.
God.
So
damn.
I was just
got
like,
him.
Oh my God. But no, I in my head, I was just like, man, this is going to be another boy. Because I thought I was all destined to have boys. Because the oldest boy's 17. And, My oldest one is at the time was 6. So I was like, oh, I'm just destined to have boys. And
Yeah.
then that's when I found out I
Then
was
you
having a
had your
little girl.
baby girl. You cried. I've never seen you cry. When you
Yeah,
found out.
I did. I cried when I found out. I cried when she was there and I saw her and I was just like, yo, I have a little girl.
And she
Like,
looks just like you.
yeah,
You're a freaking twin.
I love it.
So
But
for, I mean, this girl situation,
yeah.
we gotta just start.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you think this chick should do?
I mean, I think she should just start, ripping that band-aid like we said. She needs to do all that. Fucking just tell him, be like, hey, we need to have this talk, but before we do that, go to the kitchen, make me a goddamn sandwich.